Okay, let's take a look at some of the 6.3 material. Convert to an exponential equation. Right, well, as long as you've got this, I just remember this from high school. Okay, we should all know that 10 squared is 100, okay? Now, I remember from high school, you can try it in your calculator, the log button is log to base 10. The ln button is log to base e, natural log of e. Remember that 2.718 I might have mentioned earlier? So the log button is log to base 10. So I'm going to write log to base 10 of 100 equals 2. Now, notice that everything's got a 10, a 2, and a 100 in it. We just have that extra word log. So I always remember this, and as long as I remember this, I kind of know where to put the 10, the 2, and the 100, or the equivalent. So here we go. If I'm converting this to an exponential equation, I just go here and look at what's happened. In other words, I'm going from this one to that one, okay? So the base is 2 of this log, so the base is 2 of the exponential. I then go to the other side of the equal sign and pick the 4, and then come back and write the 16. And yes, 2 to the power 4 is 16, okay? Once you've got the pattern, again here, the base is 6. If I go to the other side and pick the 0 for the exponent, and come back and write the 1, then yes, 6 to the power 0 is 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. Let's keep on going. Let's take a look at this one. So this should mean base is 10. Go to the other side to pick the exponent, come back, write 100. And that is correct, because 10 to the negative 2 is 1 over 10 to the positive 2, which is 100, okay? Okay, let's take a look at a few more here. Let's just erase some of this, make some space. And again, now then, here's the magical, a log, that's missing the number 10. Okay, and that's actually going back to where I started. 10 is the base, 2 is the exponent, and that should equal 100, and it does, of course, okay? Same here, natural logs is a base of e, so this is telling me e with an exponent of 3.3673 should equal 29. Test it by putting your calculator, that should work. Finally, just a general form here, a exponent c should equal b, okay? So that's the pattern, just try and remember that pattern, okay? Right, let's look at the next ones. What do we have here? Convert, okay, the other way around. So remember, if I remember 10 squared is 100, and log to base 10 of 100 equals 2, then this time I'm doing this way, okay? So I've got to write the word log in, but still the base of the exponent is 2, the base of the log is 2. Go over to the other side, again, at the side of the equal sign, pick the 8, and that should equal 3, okay? Again here, log, what's the base? It's 81. Other side, whoops, of 9, okay? That's me picking the 9 from the other side, and that should equal 1/2, okay? And it does, okay? So you can try that, put in your calculator. Well, you can't always put that in your calculator for the moment, but log to base 81 of 9 should equal 1/2. Again, just like doing this. Right, solving. Now then, this means, okay, if I rearrange this, so sometimes you have to go from an exponential to a logarithm or a logarithm to an exponential to figure out how to calculate something. Well, this, if I go from, I have no idea what this means, but if I do this, the base is 4, go to the other side, the exponent is 3, come to the other side, that should equal x. Okay, well, x equals 64 then, because that's what 4 to the power 3 is. There you go. Again with this one, 25, that's the base. Go to the other side, pick that, come back, pick the x. Now, you have to understand that a half means square root. An exponent of a half is square root. An exponent of a third is cube root. Well, what's the square root of 25? It's 5, okay? Now, again with this, I need to write that little e in there, okay? It's not showing it. So this should say e with the exponent of 7 should equal x. And you don't have to put it in a calculator. That is fine, okay? Now, how about these simplify ones below? Here are some rules. Right, now then, because I'm kind of just flying through the homework here, hopefully you will have just look at the rules for here. So let's take a look at some rules anyway. Right, the log to any base of 1 is always going to be 0, again, because anything to the power 0 is 1 if I change it back to the exponential. So the log of b, okay, that's always going to be 1, okay? Again, think about it, because anything to the power 1 is itself if I change it to the exponential form. Okay, so let me just erase some of this. I'm trying to keep the rules in one place. Another one, here's a very good one, which you're going to use here. Log with a base, as long as that's the same as the base, and there's the exponent, the answer is just the exponent. And I can show you by this way. Log to base 10 of 10 to the 2. Okay, now that should be 2 based on that rule. Well, if I write it like this, log to base 10, right, what's 10 squared? It is 100. And I already know that that is 2. Put it in your calculator. Log to base 10, log of 100 is 2. So that's just proving this particular rule. Okay. Now, there is one more which I don't use too much of. I'll write it down anyway. And it's this here. So, if you have a base and the exponent is a log with the same base, and that's the thing being logged, then the answer is just the x there. Okay, so that one, you don't see too many of, but I can see it coming up here. In other words, let's actually jump to this one. Can you see? 8 with an exponent of log to base 8 of a 2 must be 2. Okay? You can somehow prove that in your calculator if you want to. Right, so this is the one we tend to use a lot of, and that is, I'll put it in a box because I like this one the best, okay? This rule here, all right, that one there. Remember, this is just going to be 4. That's 4 because they're the base A and A, the answer is just the exponent. Now, because this, well, let's do this one here, that's an interesting one. This here, because that's an E there, and that's an E, the answer is just 2. Now, this is different because if I say log to base 10, because that's what it is, that's what's missing. Now, what's 1,000 to the power 3? Well, this is, 1,000 is 10 to the power 3. Okay, there's 1,000. If I then raise it to 3 again, okay, that 3, okay, remember, I've got to have this the same, then this is 10. Remember, we actually multiply exponents. This is 10 to the 9. So this here is actually 10 to the 9. So as soon as I write it like that, then the answer must be 9. Remember, these have to be the same. The 10 of the base and the 10 here. That's 1,000, which I can't do. Okay? I mean, I can put it in my calculator. Right, finally, a few more on here. This is that rule again. Because remember, what's missing from here is the base of E. So E, ln, if I write the E in there, of a 3 must be just a 3. Okay? Sorry about the cramped space going on here. So I'm just going to erase some of these and give me some space. Finally, now you have to realise that this is log to base 3 of 3 to the half. Remember, square root is exponent to half. As soon as I have that, it's the rule where that is the same as that. The answer must be a half. Okay? And I might actually just finish this off now. I'm kind of doing this because it's only one little worksheet is this. So let's just keep on going. Right, find the value. Okay, let's take a look at this one. I won't do them all. Now, log to base 10, again the 10's missing, of 10 to the minus 3. So log to base this part here. Okay, log to base 10 of 10 to the negative 3 is just negative 3. If I multiply it by 2, the answer is negative 6. And that's what that is. Okay? How about the next one? I don't have to do all of these. Right, log to base 2 of 1/8. You have to realise that 1/8 is 2 to the negative 3. So this is all to do with exponent rules, even before you get to logs and exponentials. Remember, 1/8, that's 2 to the power 3. Okay? If I flip it upside down, it's going to be 2 to the negative 3. Now I have that rule where those are the same. Base 2 to 2, the answer must be just negative 3. Okay? Let's take a look at down here. Right, again with this one, kind of similar to this one. If I do log to base 10 of 1,000 squared, well, 1,000, remember, is 10 to the power 3. So I'm actually doing log to base 10 of 10 to the power 3, but that is squared, okay, remember? So this, remember, is where you multiply. This is log to base 10 of 10 to the 6, which is just 6. But if I multiply it by 2, I'll end up with 12, okay?